I'd like our chairman, John Chambers, to start the fireside chat. John, over to you.
I fell in love with this concept because the people in India have how posted the thing. When you think about the U.S. and your relationships from your personal perspective, 20 years in mind, I'm trying to interviews that and your talks, we used to nine go about us. Okay, Gerald.
Well, of course, it is a very different relationship. It's five family members who are in India, and I've understand the members in the United States. And I didn't grow up as an Indian because those family members, and they grew up with me. So that's always been a relationship that I've personally thought of as very important. The way that I think about it will bother me is, I think this is the time I'm right opportunity. And I think Kai Hassenberg would say the same thing. Obviously, the United States and India, the relationship with Adlif at times when one country is one that just will switch up to the other. But right now, I think in the next 4 years and in the future, South Within the established economic collaboration here, and so many people in India who know the country and know that she goes through here to grateful and had a very operation. So we turn up. When we were visiting recently, I stopped by one of the tweet to say how much they love their country, how they're visiting family, how they visit out. Just for pleasure, that it was a baby's or a close relationship with people. And I think these personal ties actually don't have something to do with them.
Think about your relationship with India and you think about going to India together. Can we talk about that too a little bit? And what it means to you, to your family, to your kids? Key takeaways. What the Prime Minister liked, you hear the show, but you know what I really ask? That's true that he is audience. He need to delegate. I believe you're fantastic. I think you're just so good for our country as a role model in many ways. Michelle was to that how that your plan to the way that everybody here can smell you with the force. We like.
Well, it was, I think I told an Indian publicationist, it was the triple like Amtrak. My children had never been taken care of in the pandemic, changes in politics and all of that. And so they brought it up just knowing so much about the country, stories, food, the relationships with grandparents and friends, but they end up actually seeing it. So it was just sort of mindful from their perspective. And then for me and JD, again, I think it's just been not a bit special. We had the opportunity to see some debris sites in one building. We're looking forward to right next year to try and get to the parts of the country where my Chinese friends were. And it just was like one hit after another, right? The most incredible she thoughts that we'd have to see, and we were in the land. Came to see the Taj Mahal in the morning, appreciate it as the sun is just sort of coming up and the cool skies and blue skies over the Avenue. And of course, as you mentioned, meeting the Prime Minister, that was really very special. We actually had chance meeting the swords. And it's funny, my kids saw him through sort of super vibes in Paris, and they saw and to the male with a white beard and white hair, and they just put the grandfather hat right in it. Like that. They are very in they just love him. And it's really spent those times by giving our hospital board visit that day. So when we were able to visit his home, they just sort of ran out over thank him, which was just incredibly kind and generous to them. And I think it was very productive conversation for JD Prime Minister, of course, but also I think it was a real opportunity for us to kind of spend that custody relationship that they had with him in so much they had. And as you mentioned, there was a puppet show that was a particular highlight with some puppetry from all over the country, usually from all the way to Sri Lanka's you were bits of the Rama even there were comedic bits of animals, and it was a huge hit. My kids have been trying to see that with construction paper, it was just going as well as you can imagine. you.